Custom access route checker. Sometimes you have to add an access checker which is just used for a single route entry. So instead of making this checker function for many routes, you can simplify and add this access checking rule only specific to one route. So in my example, you can see it's a actually a route where path is ddemo personalized slash node. Node is a dynamic variable here, and this is loading the complete node here, and this is my controller title, and this is controller function. You can see here. So here I'm making one custom access which will check a special permission if user has this permission or any other parameters. If it is passing that criteria, then only user will be able to access this page. So let's see in an example. So right now if you see here, I have created three nodes, and these nodes are of type article, and each page has one special tag. So I have created two tags here: module development and theme development. So these tags any user can follow. So I have also added these tags as a field in user account. So you can see here follow topics, and this is referencing to tags vocabulary. And right now if we see here, I have created two user: front-end developer and back-end developer. So back-end developer is actually following module development topics, and front-end developer is following theme development. Okay, and here if you see, I have a front-end developer, so you can see it is following theme development topic, and this is the personalized content. So my first route actually, this one is responsible for bringing the content which user is following. Okay, so here this is the controller personalized controller, and by default it is loading the content from this invoke function. So right now here if you see, this is the invoke function in my controller, which is by default called whenever object is created of this class. One select query, and status is 1 if a node is published, type is article. Then in node field tags, I'm making one join, so which is actually checking if field tags entity id is equal to node id, and second one is user. So I have created one field in user account. So in user account, field name is field user follow topics, and if this field has same mapping with the node, so it will check actually if topic target id equal to tags target id. It means the same tag that user is following is associated with the node. And if user is administrator, so that time I'm not making this user id condition, so it will bring all the nodes that are created using article content type. So as you can see here, in the for administrator user, you can see personalized content, but here all three nodes are loaded here. But for front-end developer user role, you can see only one node is here, and for the back end we have two nodes here. Now if you check my route here, so in route I have given one custom access. So right now this is the listing page actually. So here listing page, but if I click any of the link, it will land to the detail page, and detail page is taking one argument which is of node id. So if I click here node id, So you can see it is loading the full content here. But right now uh, this user is a backend user, okay, and here I cannot see any topic related to theme development, but I know the ID from here, from the front end user. So suppose when this case could be useful when you have a situation where you are restricting user, that if they have any kind of subscription, and based on the subscription only they can find the content. So right now suppose two friends are there, one is one has for subscribed for theme development topic, and another one has subscribed module development topics. But suppose they can, if they change the ID, like right now if I click here, so I know that 3 node 3 is a topic about how to make a theme, or where should I put theme related file. And if user wants to like try, if I can share the same URL to my friend, and let's see if they are able to access or not. So by default, if you only restrict by a role, so both role has authenticated user role, and this way you cannot restrict the user actually to view content of same content type, okay. So this way you can make additional checker here using custom access. And if I open this from the backend user and try to view this page, it will give access denied. So here if you check whatever we make right here under custom underscore access, it is taking actually a method name where we should write our own logic, and this is the controller. In controller we have this custom access method, and by default controller is automatically injecting this account proxy here. So this is actually showing uh, the user account who is making the request into this route. So this in from this account proxy we can get the user ID actually, which is who is making the request. And the same condition I have created here, like status should be one, article should be published, and whatever tag associated in the node, if same tag is being followed by user, then only it can be fetched from database. And again here I'm making one exception for administrator user. If user account role has administrator role, then it should uh, allow to see that page. If user has a authenticated role, but there is no any entry here in the query output, or like the ID, whatever ID here I'm getting in the route, if that is not inside not in the user following list, so it will not be rendered here. So that's the full query here I have written. And main logic you can see, like it's a idea, you can implement anything here. So this is the current user account, and based on this you can make your own condition. And the most useful thing of this custom access checker is you don't need to call this function explicitly. It is when you mention this custom access key under requirements, so whenever someone make request to this URL, Drupal automatically call this URL first, and if there is access allowed, then only it will go and look for the main method of this route. So this is very useful wherever you are you have a requirement where you want to restrict node or any other content based on a specific scenario, not only the role or not using the special permission. Because if you give any permission to a specific role, so any user, if any user having that role, and if user is login, so you cannot control that either via permission or the role. So I hope it is clear to you, and thanks for watching my video.